Hey everyone, this is On Top of the World with me, Joshua Hadley, and the man of the hour, the man with the power to sleep, to be sour, the woman spit, the men's regret. Darling, you still know what's coming yet.
Hello,
Justin
yes,
will
hi.
answer.
That's me, yes, Justin, and that's Josh, and we're here doing the thing.
So why did your mom name you Justin?
I don't know. She likes the name. She's like, that's a cool name. She wanted to name a son Justin for a while. I don't know why specifically, but like that's just the name she wanted. But then she kept having daughters, and she's like, oh, I can't name them Justin. This is bullshit.
Is
Yeah.
Justina a real name?
It is a real name. Yeah, she probably would have. Well, she didn't go with that for them, so actually, so I don't know. Yeah, but she wanted to name a son Justin, and then I finally happened. She's like, you're the one getting that.
Wait, what? So why did she want why'd she like
Yeah,
the name Justin so much?
I don't know that much. I don't know why. I don't know what the reasoning for that is.
See, I think I've told you. I don't think I've ever said on the podcast. I'm named after the U2 album.
Oh.
Well, that name, my Christian name, comes from the YouTube album.
Mm.
My Pack name comes from my uncle in Koyuk. My mom doesn't know what the I gotta remember to shut off my phone. I got so many calls. We'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, my Pack names I'm named after my uncle. Jen's. See, Jen is a real name. I guess my brother told me that I got that from someone my mom hit. Like, he was riding his motorcycle, and I guess my mom hit him or something.
Oh.
I don't know how true that is.
So yeah, I'm gonna name you after this fucking roadkill that I did. My middle name is taken from my dad. I know that much. Yeah, Robert.
I like how you say it's taken like you stole it.
Oh yeah, it's mine now. He doesn't get that anymore.
Well, we're starting off here with I'm doing a public apology. So I've been paying Gopher for the podcast, and right now I gave him half, and I got a rant on this. Like, not that I have to pay you or anything, but goddamn, I don't know how I'm making less money than I have been before, which it's fine. You know, I do need a budget better, but you know, I don't know how in the world anyone like I'm making what I believe should be minimum wage, but I'm definitely not. Like, if I was minimum wage, no way I'd be doing this. But I don't know how anyone survives making like $7 an hour.
Yeah,
and how could that like that's so disrespectful too. Being paid that, like, that's all you're worth to someone.
Yeah, that's still. I think it's like $7.25 in Texas.
Something yeah, that's federal minimum wage, so that's as low as they could go.
Yeah. I know some states have got up to 15, but dude, fucking here in Texas, nah, keeping it 7 something.
Yeah, you know, it might be. I mean, no way you can do it in Alaska. And I'll look it up. I'll go to Bing. Well, what engine do you, or what search engine do you like using?
Google, because I'm a normal person.
You're normal?
Well, what? Yeah, relatively. When it comes to search engines,
Alaska, it's $10.34 an hour, which is a lot better. But goddamn, like, how's someone gonna live off that? And you know, the argument often is, and I've heard this in person, is, well, if someone's just flipping a burger, you know, should they be, you know, if it's like a job kids do, like, why should they be paid 15? But then people don't realize what a pain in the ass those jobs are.
Yeah. It's the same people who would like complain if there was nobody flipping burgers anymore. They can't just go get a fucking burger.
And guess what? During the pandemic, those burger flippers were essential workers.
Yeah. Apparently, outside of Washington, D.C., the highest minimum wage in America is California with $14 an hour.
And that makes sense because things are pretty expensive in Cali.
Yeah. And then after that, there are two that are tied with a very nice $13.69. That's Washington and Massachusetts. Oh wait, no. Massachusetts is $13.50. So Washington's the only one with the nice minimum wage.
Damn it, Massachusetts.
Yeah. But then there are cities. There are also individual cities that have the highest.
I was gonna say, no one's gonna find him. So is TJ still living in Massachusetts, or is he still in Pennsylvania?
He's back to Pennsylvania now. Yeah. The highest city minimum wage is Seattle, which is $17.27.
That's good. I mean,
wait, what?
It's expensive to live there.
Oh, it puts that at number 1, but then it puts number 2, Emeryville, which is $17.68. But that's more. Why is that number 2?
Well, because that's like a lot of that money's not even real.
Where even is Emeryville? Oh, it's California. Okay. Then Mountain View, California. Then Sunnyvale. It's all fucking California except for the very top state being Seattle, or city being Seattle.
But like, it's not even the top city according to the map.
Yeah. Okay, Emeryville.
Man, I think Seattle paid to get on top so that they could like fool people. They just read number 1. No, we're going to Seattle. Number 2's higher. We're coming up with conspiracies already. So yeah, like I was saying, I only paid Gopher half. I'll pay him more depending on what the bills are. I might just wait till I get paid again, but I'll definitely give you the other half of the money. Had a, I wouldn't say I had a terrible day yesterday, but I did get like waking up twice to go to work.
Oh,
which it's not the worst thing in the world, but it did tick me off. Like the first time was okay, the second time's like, what the fuck, dude? and like I had an alarm ready for like 10 minutes after that call too. 15 an hour for the job I'm doing right now is fine. If I was doing the regular work, I'd probably, negotiate for more. I definitely would. Doing the security, a lot of time it's just me fucking off. But the regular work, I feel like when it's busy, it's like, it's not terribly hard, but, if like, it's not something I feel like someone should be doing and making $15 an hour.
Yeah.
And I've told my dad, it's not a union job, so I have to negotiate my pay. Right now it's only a month left of the job, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna stick it out unless something catastrophic happens, but we'll see. So yeah, that's what led to this discussion of minimum wage and jobs and stuff.
Yes, make it higher. Fucking inflation's a thing.
Yeah.
And we still have the same minimum wage since fucking when? Like when was $7.25 first made the minimum wage for?
I think
federal?
I think not quite 2 decades ago, maybe 2005 or something.
And it was definitely cheaper to live in 2005 than it is now.
Yeah, I mean, just look at I think what they're going by is they're saying, well, look, you only have to pay $5 to watch a WWE show now. You don't have to pay $60.
Yeah, that's the real inflation there.
All right. I think we had enough of that. Did you watch SummerSlam?
Yes, I did actually.
I've heard a review, and I've heard it was, I don't even know, very good. I feel like it's, I'll compare it to this. Back when Cornette apparently was taken off as Ring of Honor's authority figure, which didn't really happen. The pay-per-view after that, people were singing praises of the show, even though it was mostly the same. I don't feel like that's really. I don't feel like we're in the same situation here. I feel like there is some new creative direction going here. What do you feel?
I thought it was a good show. It definitely it wasn't like a huge step in the right direction, but it felt like a step in the right direction. So hopefully it's like a sign of things to come, and it'll continue to improve. But still
I'll
early
say
on.
this really quick too. I don't think like a product change should take place overnight. I feel
Yeah.
like it should evolve or we should be weaned into it.
Mm. I also, by the way, not to brag or anything, but I fucking crushed the pay-per-view prediction for this one.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
How many did you get right?
I got one match wrong, and I got every bonus question right. So the only thing I got wrong for the entire thing was one match. I was first place easily. The match I got wrong was the Mysterios versus Judgment Day, which I picked Judgment Day to win. And then fucking Edge came out and fucked him over. That son of a bitch. But everything else, I even got fucking Liv Morgan beating Ronda Rousey right, which I did not think was actually going to happen. I was like, I'm voting with my heart here, because I want Liv to win. So I got that right.
I think Ronda's kind of like, I don't know if she's gonna be gone soon, but fans are not really into her as they used to be.
There were a couple bonus questions where I was the only person to pick the correct answer. Like, one of them was, will Jeff Jarrett use a guitar on the show? I was the only person who said no.
Yeah, I would have been wrong on that too, but it makes sense. He doesn't always have to use a goddamn guitar.
Yeah, so I got that. I fucking did so well on that. Super well. And in second place, right, in the, like, overall in the predictions for this year is, Abdul. He's trying to catch up to me. But I pulled out, like, 8 more points ahead of him after this one.
Oh,
8 or 9. Yeah. Hell yeah, fuck you,
Not
Abdul.
only did you beat him are you beating him in pay-per-view predictions, you also got him in Guess the Card, or whatever we're calling that game.
Yeah. Beat him in both of those things. So suck it, Abdul, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. All respects to his mother.
Yes, Razor is cool.
Yeah. So let's see. A couple. I'll make some other comments that's wrestling related based on what was seen here. So what happened was Brock Lesnar buried under the ring. I also heard like he came out on a tractor or something and dove off a bucket.
He wasn't buried under the ring. What happened was he did come out on a tractor, which was really fun. He did a bunch of stuff with that. He tipped the ring with the tractor while Roman was in it, and so Roman went like flying out of the ring.
Oh.
But at the match ended with them like piling up stuff that was like around the ringside area on top of Brock to keep him down.
I was really down on them doing Roman and Brock again, but they found a way to make it fun.
Yeah, it was way better than like pretty much anyone expected it to be. It was a really fun match. See, so I can go over the card here. One thing I want to point out, which I guess from what I understand is because it's a Peacock thing. Because on Peacock, right, there's a $5 tier where people have ads. So, like, something that people kept pointing out was that there was a lot of, like, video packages, like, way more than you would expect. Like, for stuff that's not even relevant to the show. Just a shit ton of video packages throughout the entire night. But I guess it's because the people who have the $5 Peacock, they have to watch ads. So they don't want those people to, like, miss anything important. So for the people who don't have to watch ads, they just get a shit ton of fucking video packages. But, see, there was no... I didn't watch the pre-show, but there was no, like, pre-show matches. The show started with Bianca and Becky, and having a really good match. They did very well. Bianca got the win. After that, we had the return of 3 people, one of which was just injured, but the other 2 I think were not, like, had left the company. That is Bayley came out first, sort of confronting Bianca, followed by Dakota Kai, who came out and sided with Bayley, and then Io Shirai, who's the one stupid thing about the show is that they changed her name. I don't know why. It's now Io Sky instead of Io Shirai, and also they changed the way that Io is spelled, which I'm assuming is because like now that she's on the main roster, they want stupid Americans to be able to pronounce her name. So they changed it to
Well,
IYO instead of just IO.
it's better than her old ring name, Joy Ryan's penis.
Well, yeah, so they all came out and they formed a stable, those three, a heel stable, which is really cool. And then Becky turned face by like standing with Bianca against them. And then apparently Becky got injured during that show, so she's gone now for a couple months. But still, it's a good moment. After that, it was Logan Paul and The Miz.
Since we're going down the card, let's do some discussion here. I had this thought. It seems like, I don't know if this is a controversial opinion or not, but it seems like WWE's women's division really blows AEW's all the water. Not that, the thing is, like, WWE has all the talent and the power to sign. Well, I'm sorry, they have all the power and the money to sign top talent. There's Bianca, there's Becky, Rhea Ripley. Compared to the AEW division, there's good wrestlers like Thunder Rose is great. There's Serena Deeb. The Doctor, what's her name?
Britt Baker.
Britt Baker. Yeah. I just named 3 on WWE's side, but there's a lot more.
You mean 3 on AEW
there's
side?
Asuka, there's Charlotte, I know people, she has been booked well, but there's Natalia.
I would not call Natalia good.
You wouldn't call her good?
I would say she was good for a late 2000s WWE female wrestler, but she has stayed basically that same level of good, whereas other people came in who are a lot better, and she's not really improved as much with the time.
Well, why would you improve at all if you have a farting gimmick?
Yeah, that's a good point. But I don't think that's a controversial statement, though. I think it's pretty widely considered that WWE is the better women's division. I think there are plenty of really good wrestlers for AEW, but they don't really get as much time. And WWE's got like a lot. Like they have a shit ton of really good female wrestlers.
All right, so next match was The Miz versus your dog Logan Paul.
Yeah, and it pains me to say this, but Logan Paul is good, and he just continues to be good.
For someone who's only had 2-3 matches, I heard he was good, but we gotta give credit to Miz here.
Yeah,
a lot of that hit Paul looking good was him. Miz is really experienced. He's been doing this forever. And I'm down on Miz. I was, but I wouldn't say he's terrible. He's not I think he's a better wrestler than the random guy Luchasaurus. He's better than Kenny Omega, I'd say.
Well, you thought the WWE, you thought the women's wrestling thing was going to be the controversial statement, but nope, you said Miz is better than Kenny Omega. I love the Miz, but he's one of my favorite promos in the business, and I don't think he's as bad in the ring as a lot of people consider him. But yeah, Logan was very athletic in this. He did a fucking frog splash from the top rope to the commentary table, big old leap.
And I think a lot of it, part of it is he was an amateur wrestler, I believe, he did boxing, right?
He did boxing, yeah.
And I believe he did do amateur wrestling. I could be wrong. And
he does look like the kind of person who does amateur wrestling.
And
kind of physique.
Some people just naturally get pro wrestling. He's obviously not highly raced, but he could get to be very good.
Good match. After that,
so I got a question. So the next match was Bobby Lashley versus Theory.
Yes,
and they did the thing where they fight. So explain to me what happened. They fought each other before the match started.
Did they? I don't really remember. I just remember this was a short match where Theory pretty much just got his ass beat the entire time and then lost.
Well, I was gonna say we've seen this recently too in AEW or not Ring of Honor, where Samoa Joe and Jay Lethal had a match and they fought each other for like 2 minutes before it even started. Like, how come that's not like a reason to throw a match out?
Because technically the match hasn't started yet. Is that's
But like,
the reasoning they use?
I mean, I know it's the reasoning they use, but what logical sense does that make? So why didn't like Roman attack Brock Lesnar backstage before the match?
He could have.
I don't know. I think there'd be like some criminal prosecution, if this was real.
Yeah, it's wrestling. Wrestler isn't.
I don't know. I don't like it.
It's a plausible deniability thing, I guess. Yeah.
Do you have anything to say about the match?
Theory job. I knew right there that he was gonna at least attempt to cash in tonight after he got his ass beat here. I knew that much. I thought he was gonna actually cash in, but he didn't. He came out to try to later, but then he was stopped before he could actually cash in by getting his ass beat again. Yeah. Then there was a no disqualification tag team match, which so, like, it was a fun match, right? Mysterio's, Rey and Dominic. Dominic's not great, but, versus Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest with Rhea Ripley.
It's pretty sad that he's not great. I mean, his father, Eddie, was a great wrestler.
True. My issue with this match, right, is I don't know why the fuck they keep doing this. No disqualification tag match, and yet the partners stay on the fucking apron. It's no disqualification. You could just fight. Why are you on the apron? Why do you need to be tagged? Just fight. What's the referee gonna do? Nothing.
Yeah, if it's no disqualification, that should just mean that it's like tornado rules. I guess like the tag makes sense for
like the tag, okay, but like you can still just fucking fight, and then when you want to tag, go to the fucking corner. Like, that's all you gotta do. It's very clear that the only reason this was a no disqualification match was so that Edge could come out at the end and cost the Judgment Day. Like, that's it. There was a chair spot. I think one single chair spot, but then like that and Edge coming out were the only things that would have caused a disqualification in a normal match.
I'm fine with that. Like, it doesn't need to be Chris Jericho versus Nick Gage.
It doesn't need to be like over the top or anything, but like I hate when they have no disqualification matches that don't feel like there's any reason beyond like what they have planned for the finish.
I guess so kind of like ECW on Sci-Fi, but even that sounds like there's more hardcore stuff.
Yeah. Mysterio's won because Edge came out and fucked over Judgment Day, and yeah, that was a match that happened.
You know the real reason it was no disqualification?
Yeah.
I imagine they needed to throw someone over the top rope, or maybe someone needed to jump over the top rope.
That could be it. There was Pat McAfee versus Happy Corbin in the next match, which was fun.
So Pat, they were friends, or they were in the same locker room in football, or what's the background?
Yeah, they were both signed to the same team, Colts, back in the day, at the same time, and then Pat became like one of the most legendary punters in football history, and Baron didn't do shit, and then went to WWE. So yeah, it was weird, because fucking Baron or Happy came out wearing like a Colts thing, because where the fuck did SummerSlam take place? It took place in Tennessee, and the Titans are rivals of the Colts. So like he came out wearing Colts stuff to get heat, but then Pat McAfee's known as being a Colts punter, and that's like a big part of the storyline and a big thing that he's known for. So I don't know why they tried to make a heel thing for Corbin with that.
They always do something like that. They try to go for the easiest thing.
Well, that's one thing, but like it doesn't work if the other person is even more known for the thing that you're giving them heat for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That makes sense.
That's why it's stupid.
Yeah.
I really wish they would stop doing stuff like that.
Yeah. It was a fun match, though. Pat is another one who's, like, he was at least, well, I guess Logan also was an athlete, but Logan was originally a YouTuber before being an athlete. Pat was always an athlete, but he was a punter, you know? Like, you don't really think, like, a guy who can kick a ball is going to be great at wrestling, but he's surprisingly really good.
Well, why not? I mean, like, so many people are doing super kicks. It sounds like kicking really was good. Like, get you up in the.
Just got some strong legs.
Well, since we're on this match, I mean, like, are you tired of like when wrestlers are like, "Oh man, I hate the local football team" or whatever? Like, it seems like such a lame way to get heat.
I think it depends on how it's done. Like I enjoy when like they're very obvious with it, like they're just like the heel is just basically being like, yeah, fuck you, I'm gonna say this, and like they just get that shit-eating grin because they know it's, yeah. I enjoy when it's like that, which that's typically how Corbin does it. This could be a controversial statement here. I like Baron Corbin. I enjoy Baron Corbin.
He's a good wrestler who's either a good or a decent wrestler who's had like stupid ass storylines.
Yeah.
You know, he becomes homeless. Or no, he becomes homeless because Bitcoin crashed.
I like how they did the exact opposite of that in NXT with Cameron Grimes, who becomes rich because he like put stock in GameStop.
Yeah. He should have been following Cameron Grimes' strategy.
Yeah. It was a fun match.
It's even stupider. I just thought like he's a WWE wrestler. Aren't these people like they're literally called superstars?
One of the dumbest things I've ever seen in WWE, like at least one of the things I consider the dumbest, the Shawn Michaels and JBL storyline from like the year the year before Shawn retired. The whole basis of the storyline was that Shawn was suddenly broke, but he was still like one of the top wrestlers in WWE. Why was he broke?
I mean, it's so stupid, and there's more examples of that, like especially when the Authority storyline was going. Like all these wrestlers are like so scared to like be fired from WWE. Like shouldn't they be more like Steve Austin and saying, you know, screw you, like fire me if you want. Like you're gonna lose ratings. I'll go to New Japan. You know, they're not gonna say the promotion. I'll go to All Elite.
Unless they're CM Punk, where he literally said, "I'll go to New Japan."
Yeah. Yeah, that's right too.
Yeah. Then there was the tag title match, which had Jeff Jarrett as referee because Tennessee, and that's literally the only fucking reason. Because he did nothing specific in this match. Like, he was just a ref. There was no Jeff Jarrett specific thing, or even special guest referee specific thing. He just reffed the match like a normal thing, and that was it. Usos ended up winning. Other people kind of felt it was not a great match. I enjoyed it. I don't really know why. Other people thought it was just boring. I don't know. It was a good match to me. They're teasing Montez Ford going heel and getting a singles push.
I feel like a lot of people have what's the syndrome where terrible things happen and they just expect it. Like they see Jeff Jarrett, they say they just like he even said that their predictions are thinking, oh no, where's the guitar? Where's all the interference? Here's the reason nothing Jeff Jarrett related happened. He was the referee, so there could be no referee bump. There could be no people running in for interference. There could be no guitar because he was the ref. What's he gonna do? Disqualify himself?
Also, I don't remember when exactly it happened on the show, but they brought out Glenn Jacobs, not Kane. They brought out Glenn Jacobs, fucking Tennessee mayor. They brought him out, or whatever the fucking city in Tennessee.
Knoxville.
Yeah, they brought him out to announce the attendance numbers for the show, but they announced the attendance numbers for the show on the pre-show, and those were the real numbers. They had Kane come out and lie about it after blatantly announcing the real numbers earlier in the night.
Why give out the why give out the real number and then the fake number?
Yeah, exactly. They gave out the real number on the pre-show, then they had Kane come out and say that and he announced the real number, but then he said it was like 10,000 more than they originally said. I don't fucking.
Wow.
There was Liv and Ronda. So this one, right? It was a short match, but it was like one of those things where it's really good for what it is.
I feel like Ronda's better in shorter matches.
Yeah, it was, and obviously like Liv got the surprising win, but then they did it in like a controversial fashion that actually worked for the story. Where like Ronda had her in an armbar, but then she like was like propping her up so that she was technically pinning her, but she like tapped out right before the pin happened, but like the referee didn't see her tapping.
Yeah, that sounds like a good finish.
Yeah, so it was good.
So it protects Ronda.
Yeah.
So is she good? Is she gone from WWE, or we're gonna see a rematch?
I don't know yet. Not sure, but I'm glad that Liv's still the champion because they live.
Yeah, and plus people are down on Ronda anyway. It would make sense to put the belt on her.
Yeah. I feel like if Vince didn't retire, Ronda might have won that.
Maybe.
Yeah, and then the main event, Roman and Brock. Which was a very fun match, way more fun than I expected. I knew at the beginning it was going to be a fun match when Brock came out with the fucking tractor, because you could just tell, looking at his face, he was having fun. And whenever Brock's actually enjoying himself, that's usually when he has good matches.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, it ended up being super fun. Although, people who paid like $3,000 to sit at the front row of a certain side of the ring might have been a little upset for the last 5-10 minutes. Because when he like propped the ring up, they just left it up like that, so people on that side of the ring couldn't see shit. And the entire rest of the match basically happened on the opposite side of the ring, like outside the ring. So those people couldn't see fucking shit.
Well, there's the screen, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like if you're paying $3,000 to sit front row at SummerSlam, you're not gonna want to look at the screen. But yeah, it was a very fun match. Roman ended up winning. At some point, Theory came out like late in the match to try to cash in, and then he just got his ass beat by both Brock and Roman. Well, Brock F5'd him. Yeah, Brock F5'd him, and then Roman like took his briefcase and hit him with the briefcase while he was already down.
Poor Theory.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
is he gonna get his name again? Like, since Vince is probably not creative anymore.
Maybe. It could be. Hopefully more people start getting their fucking other names now instead of just having the one name.
Yeah.
And Butch becomes not fucking Butch.
So let's like imagine like if the card was I'm gonna press card on cage match. Just people's first names, like it was Belair versus Lynch.
Belair versus Lynch. Paul versus Miz. Lashley in Theory.
Lastly in Theory. Dominic and Ray versus Damien and Finn. Pat versus Happy. That's a main event.
Yeah, right there, main event.
Jay and Jimmy versus Angelo and Montez.
Liv and Ronda. Roman and Brock. Yeah, that would, yeah. You know, people need names. They need full names. See, for some people it works, you know, where it's like, the name isn't just like a name, you know, like Sting, right? That's not like just some fucking normal ass name. You know, that's something that works. That has like the whole Cher and Beyonce kind of thing to it. But then Theory. Theory.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, that's such a.
And fucking Butch. Butch. That wasn't even one of his names before.
So, we're going to continue talking wrestling a little bit, but we're past the halfway point, or I don't even know, but I think we got to do some Gopher and Tuck plugs.
Alright, we're doing the channel updates and what have you right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, we finished recording Guardians of the Galaxy. That is done. That has like another 11 and a half hours of footage. which, excuse me, will be going up starting the 16th when the channel returns to doing stuff, and should be getting finished at the end of September. I'm going to try to time the episodes out so that it finishes on exactly the last day of September, so that it's in time for Halloween stuff to happen. Stray, we're gonna be recording Kingdom Hearts 2. I'm also gonna try to get Kingdom Hearts 2 uploaded in full before October. Have the last episode of that go up on September 30th or whatever. Is it 30 or 31 days in September? 30. So Stray will be going up before Kingdom Hearts 2, and then it'll go to Kingdom Hearts 2. And so Kingdom Hearts 2 and Guardians should both be finishing by September 30th. And then that'll take us into Halloween, where we'll be doing a Resident Evil 2 remake. And then Brandon and I will be playing together, co-op. I forgot what it's called. New Hope, the second of the Man of Medan series. Or it was Man of Medan the first one. Yeah, Man of Medan's the first one. Dark Pictures Chronicles is the name of the series. It's by the people who made Until Dawn. Our friend Mark Story worked on this game. He did. During his tenure at the company. And so we'll be doing that. It's one of those sort of multiple choice, narrative driven games that can change based on how you're going about it. But it's a multiplayer one. So we'll be playing together. We're both going to be recording our footage, and I'll be like splicing in between his footage and my footage. And so that and Resident Evil 2 remake will be happening throughout the entirety of October. Maybe a couple one-offs as well of horror-based things, and even possible horror-based Tucker Variety Hour. We were actually talking about it while we were recording Guardians of the Galaxy the other day. The idea is that he may do a quote-unquote horror Disney Channel original movie as the subject. One of those, like a fucking Halloween Town or so something of that nature. So could be doing that. This Sunday, Brandon and I will be recording the 3,000th video special for Gopher and Tuck. I mentioned it last week. And what it's going to be, going to give the announcement here. It is going to be a special edition of the Tucker Variety Hour featuring me. And we will be doing video game commercials. And so it's going to be he's finding a compilation of his own. I don't know what that compilation is going to be. And I also am finding a compilation of my own. And we're going to watch both compilations and do a Tucker Variety Hour based on it.
The only video game commercial that pops, well, I guess the first one that pops up in my head is the one on Pitfall that has Jack Black in it when he was like 7 or 6 years old.
So we'll be doing that for the 3,000th video special, which will be going up on, let me check again, make sure here, on Wednesday, August 24th. 3,000th video special going up on Gopher and Tuck. As far as I think after October, for November, I think we're just gonna be doing Kingdom Hearts 3 in November. Just like both videos every day. Kingdom Hearts 3. Try to get through that in 1 month, and then get on to the Christmas specials, where we're gonna be doing a superhero Christmas, where it's gonna be Spider-Man Miles Morales and Batman Arkham Origins, because they both take place during Christmas. We'll be playing both of those in December, and then finally Pokemon. Return to Pokemon starting the day after Christmas. December 26th. Good old Return to Pokemon with either Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon is next up for us on the old randomized Nuzlocke deal. As far as Twitch goes, this episode will already be out by the time the stream happens, so yeah. But
people can watch the VOD.
Yeah, El Jefe and I will be doing some Elden Ring later today. I don't know the next day Brandon and I will be streaming. It'll be 2 times next week. I don't know which days, but Thursday's probably going to be one. That's usually one for us. And Jeff and I will also probably be streaming on Tuesday. We're streaming later this week than we usually do because things came up. And by things came up, I mean Jeff's dog murdered a cat. So, that kind of...
Bam.
put a damper on things for the day we were supposed to record. I guess they took in a stray cat, and his dog had his way with it, and his daughter and wife were understandably very upset. So, yeah, we'll be streaming today instead, and R.I.P. that cat.
R.I.P. that cat.
R.I.P. that cat. We've been streaming a variety of things. We streamed Halo yesterday. We're gonna be playing more of that Multiverses game that came out, and more Naraka Blade Point, and then yeah.
I had a thought, and I'm gonna say it before we move on to the game and questions. I was thinking about video game commercials that I remember, and I don't really remember anything well, but there was one on this VHS. I don't even remember what movie it was or what was really on there. If you remember, I don't know. Everyone listening does. How when you had a video cassette tape, pop it in. Like if you have a movie, there's gonna be a couple of trailers that play before the movie started.
Yeah, I remember this.
So the first movie to actually do that was Top Gun, and before that, cassettes were really expensive. But because of these commercials, these trailers being on there, it really, and people and companies paying to advertise on there, it made them a lot cheaper.
Oh.
So I remember on this one, the game Banjo, they had like a playthrough, not a playthrough, but like a game footage from Banjo Kazooie, and I thought, man, this looks like the most amazing game ever. Because like before that, all I've ever played was like similar to that Mario 64. As a collectathon.
Collectathon, yeah.
Like, yeah, like I remember like sometimes I just put that VHS in just to see the banjo stuff. Like that really blew me away when I was a kid.
Yeah, we will be not looking at trailers so much of that, or commercials so much of that nature, but more stupid shit. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be in the compilation.
So something that'll be on television, probably.
Yeah, I don't know what. I don't know if it's gonna be in either of the compilations we'll be looking at, but I remember a commercial for, I think it might have been a Mario Party game where Mario gets fucking arrested.
Oh yeah, the one where there's like mascots and like people in the costumes.
I don't know if there was that. I just know like he was having a party at his house and the cops came because of a noise complaint and arrested him. So
that's it.
Yeah, so stuff of that nature.
Looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, so that'll be the 3000th episode special.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think now's the time. I went with the theme here. Unfortunately, we're playing Bluffing Gopher, so the game is. I have 3 headlines. 2 of them are real. One's made up by me, and our pal Gopher here, Justin, has to guess which one I made up.
Yes, I do.
And I wish we didn't have the story of the cat being like killed by the dog because. All right, well, let's just. Here's the first headline.
Okay.
Bandit the guard cat hailed as a hero after thwarting would-be robbery.
Well,
at least 2 people tried to break in Tupelo, Mississippi, home last week. The cat did everything she could to alert its owner.
Okay, all right. Cats are good, so that sounds realistic to me.
Here's the second headline. Cat food brand will let humans eat its latest Fancy Feast.
Oh.
Fancy Feast announced its plans for Ghetto Bano, a pop-up restaurant in New York City.
Okay, all right. Okay.
So, quick question. Is that weirder than, like, WWE having that restaurant for a while?
Yeah, I would say so. I think, like, WWE having a restaurant is strange, but not as strange as feeding people cat food.
Alright, here's the third headline. Man receives a package shipped to the wrong address with a cat inside.
Okay.
Richard Hawthorne was very surprised when a package on his doorstep with holes poked into it. Looking inside the box, he found a cat.
All three of these seem valid, I suppose. The middle one definitely seems the most out there, but then like that you would expect there to be out there ones where I'm trying to guess the fake headline. So this is a tough one. So we have a cat stops a burglar by alerting the owner. We have a restaurant serving cat food to humans, but it's edible for them. And then what was the last one?
A man saw a package, had the wrong address, but the guy got it and there was a cat inside.
This is a fucking tough one. I'm gonna go with cat food.
You're wrong.
Oh,
That's a real story.
dang. I went with the ridiculous one, but that was true. What was the fake one?
Oh, the cat inside the cat being in a package. That's illegal.
Well, there you go, folks. You'll have a new gopher here next week because I'm dying.
Yep.
And that brings us to the fan mail that we're going to be answering.
All right, let's bring this up. So, this is from Daryl in Washington.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Daryl.
Dear Gopher, I'm a recent fan. Enjoying lurking on Twitch. I'm looking forward to the return of the YouTubes. See, I know you're into movies, and when I was young, I couldn't watch any horror movies at all. Even some kids' movies is too much for me. So my question is, what part of a kids' movie completely scared you?
Part of the kids' movie. See, this is tough for me because I could think of parts of kids' video games, like games that kids would play back then. But I'm trying to think of like movie-specific ones.
Since while you're thinking, I'm gonna give I don't know if this is a good example. I remember Jurassic Park, where the Velociraptor could be seen through a screen where they like a paper wall, and that really scared me as a kid. It always like made me wonder like what's behind like a shower curtain or something.
I'm trying to think. 'Cause like again, like when it comes to games, like the fucking the shark and as we were talking about earlier, Banjo-Kazooie. That one fucking like the part where you could fall into the water and then a shark just straight up comes up and eats you. Stuff like that got me as a kid. But I can't really. I'm trying to think of like kids friendly movies. Cause like I watched a lot of like actual R-rated horror as a child. I feel like there's probably something animated because there was some freaky stuff they were doing with animated shows back then in movies. But what would be?
Did the freaky toys in Toy Story scare you?
Yeah, I guess a little bit. Like there was a slight bit of unsettledness with the one that's like a head, like a baby's head on some like spider kind of body.
Oh yeah,
that one.
Yeah, I remember as a kid, I wasn't really too into that scene.
Yeah,
but it was meant to be kind of disturbing.
Yeah. I'm like looking up like spooky moments in kids shit from the 90s to see if any of these ring a bell for me, but no, not a whole. There was a Hobbit fucking movie in '77. Huh. No, they made a Hobbit movie back then.
You never seen it?
No, didn't know it existed.
There was actually a scene in the Lord. Well, I don't know. Like, there's several different films, but there was an animated Lord of the Rings movie then, and the movies actually took a scene that's not in the books from that film. The part where they're all hiding under a thing to hide from the evil people. I forget what the characters are called. What those monsters things are called.
I know. Again, probably some. I feel like there's a lot of stuff with like stop motion that freaked me out back then. Because, like, just something about stop
Yeah,
motion in general was creepy.
yeah, you know it is.
Nah.
I actually just recently watched The Terminator, and that has stop motion, and it is kind of weird to see.
Yeah. It's just very unsettling for whatever reason. So, yeah. So that, and then the fucking the baby head on the spider thing from Toy Story is probably another one for me.
All right, here's our second question from Kip in the can. Dear Gopher, um, I'm really thankful I'm able to watch your stuff when I can. It's been able to get me through some really hard moments in here. You know, I don't believe I belong in here. So my question is, if you were arrested with no explanation, what would your friends and family assume you have done?
Huh. Okay. Well, first of all, you're probably gonna be hearing some beeping for those watching this on YouTube, because again, it's trash people. If I was arrested with no explanation, what would my friends and family assume I did? Well, that's more of like a question for you. Like, what would you assume I did?
He got arrested for. Someone actually got arrested for torrents.
You know that. But I use a VPN. I'm out here protecting. Yeah. Is there anything else you think I would potentially get arrested for?
Sneaking into a pro wrestling show.
Yeah, let's go with that. I got arrested for sneaking into a pro wrestling show. There. Bam.
Well, there you go, Kip. Hopefully you're out soon. Or
Yeah.
if you're terrible, hopefully you're in for a while.
Yeah, for all we know, he could, like, have raped and murdered a bunch of people.
This is from Harold in Canada. Dear Gopher, I know you talk some shit about Elon Musk, but I do like some of his crazy ideas, like the thing where he had the send a car into space and the flamethrowers. I think those are totally cool things to do. My question is, if you're a mad scientist, what scientific experiment would you run if money and ethics were an issue?
Okay, let's see. If I was a scientist, alright. Money is not an issue, ethics is not an issue. I could just experiment. Let's see. See, I'm not a scientific man, you know, I don't have ideas, but I would try an experiment, right, that turns cocaine into tacos and then back into cocaine.
Could you just slice it with cocaine?
No, see, but the cocaine itself just becomes tacos. Like, there's no cocaine in it anymore. It's just normal tacos. That's it. The only reason is because I have a bunch of cocaine lying around, but no tacos. So, yeah, there you go. That would be my experiment.
You're like the guy on an island with like $1 million. And there's nothing to buy.
Yeah, nothing to buy. Nothing to buy. I got all this cocaine though.
Sad. It's really sad.
Mm.
If I got the chance, I guess there's experiments that could potentially create a black hole. So why don't we just see if we can do it?
Are the experiments just having Abyss black hole slam people over and over?
We'll make that. We'll see if that's one of the things that works.
Yeah, then we can see if that works. We'll have to get in contact with Abyss.
All right. Those are the questions. We played Bluffing Gopher. So there was a trailer that came out. Kind of continuing the wrestling thing, but getting into video games. Did you watch the new trailer for AEW Fight Forever?
Yes, I did. AEW Fight Forever video game has got a trailer. Showed a little bit of gameplay footage from matches. Showed mini games, and yeah.
You know, at first I didn't know what to think, but when I thought about it, this is something that I would have been really excited for. Several years ago, you know, the thing is, like, Yuke's made great fun games. I just feel like when just making a WWE game year after year, I felt like it felt like getting one of those NFL games or something, kind of not as bad. I'll say, but obviously not as bad as when it went to the other developer. But um, they spent time on this, so I think we're gonna get back into where their wrestling games are fun again.
So for me, it doesn't really seem like something that's for me. I'm not really into like the arcadey style of wrestling or wrestling games. But it seems fun for people who do like that. However, I am interested in the mini games. Because I don't know, I enjoy mini games as like a side thing in other games, like Pokemon Stadium, right? Those had mini games. Those are my favorite parts of the games. And there's apparently there's a mini game in this one that's kind of similar to the Clefairy Says game from Pokemon Stadium, but with Pentagon, Pentagon Oscuro or whatever his name is now. Him as the Clefairy. So the mini games seem like a really fun thing, and I mean I'll probably give the game a try in general, but I'm not really big on arcadey style wrestling games.
I like them. I do like simulated games more, but I like arcade wrestling games.
I know a lot of people really like that Battlegrounds game that came out, WWE one. That it was a super arcade game.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people really like that. I tried it and I just couldn't get into it. It was just they had a very arcadey feel, and it wasn't really doing anything for me. I know a lot of people are like excited about this one because it's like meant to be very similar to like No Mercy and stuff like that. But like, I'm worried that it's gonna be sort of a ukulele situation where it's like meant to be a spiritual successor to something from the N64 era, but it's a little too much like that, and it kind of it takes the parts of it that have aged horribly.
Well, like Shenmue 3, you mean?
That as well. That's another example, yeah. Where it's like you want to pay homage to something, but you don't want to take all the fucking shit that aged horribly as well.
We should make a wrestling game with tank controls.
I mean, there was a tank-based wrestling game back in the PS1, I think. They were ahead of the curve with that one.
So I know you're not a big Mario Kart fan, but the new wave just dropped. There's new tracks on there.
I have not tried it. I enjoy Mario Kart for every now and then. It's just not something I could play a whole bunch of. I'm not big on racing games in general, but like I prefer like a Mario Kart style game over normal racing games. It's fun.
I actually like the normal racing games more if they're good. Like I don't have a PlayStation, so I'm not playing Gran Turismo. I heard bad things about it, but I love Forza. But you haven't tried them. Since I have, I'll do a little review. So there's 8 new tracks. The first one from the Tour games, which is on the phone, New York Minute. I think this one's okay. Looks really cool. It's not my favorite bunch, and it's cool to see SNES tracks, but it doesn't seem really too different from the SNES track already on there. So it's cool to have, but when we get to pick levels, it's probably not gonna be what I pick unless it's the only DLC track. Well, actually, it might be what I end up picking then, but unless Moo Moo Meadows is a choice, then we gotta go with that no matter what. So have you played Mario 64? Mario Kart 64, I mean?
Yeah, that was like the main one I played before the Switch one came out.
So, do you remember Calamari Desert? The level with the train?
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, I liked fucking around, and I would go into the train tunnel.
Mm.
Even though that's not a real shortcut, I thought that was really fun to do.
Yeah.
And so, spoiler alert, not real spoiler. You can play it right now if you want, but
Mm.
the second lap in the race, you turn into the tunnel. It's different, and I think that's really cool.
Nice.
See, but the track that everyone's talking about on Twitter is Waluigi's Pinball, and it's a cool track.
Yeah, nice. Which game's that one
really
from
cool
initially?
Idea. It's from the DS
Yeah.
game. Was that 7? Or,
Was it Double Dash? Was that the D? No, that was GameCube, wasn't it?
yeah.
Or was it?
Yeah, it was GameCube.
Let's see. I'll look.
This seems like it's this level seems like it'd be a lot more fun on doing battle mode. I haven't tried that.
Oh, it was just called Mario Kart DS.
Damn it, Nintendo.
Yeah.
So, the third one's another tour level. It looks great, but I think it's kind of Well, I mean, it's a good track, but Sydney Spirit, where you're driving around in Sydney. I think see the next one, Snowland. That's a cool track. Kind of remind me of the ice level in Mario Kart 64. There's penguins going around. There's some cool shortcuts that I'd like to try out.
Yeah.
And the third one in this cup is Mushroom Gorge, which I'm happy to see again. I really enjoyed that on the Wii.
Nice.
And the fourth one is probably my favorite, just for the aesthetic. It's Sky High Sunday. You're driving around on candy and sweets.
You do like your candy.
The track, it's kind of, it's just a big oval, kind of not tiny like a baby park, but there's interesting ways to there's different ways to race this track.
Yeah.
So far, I haven't been able to explore everything. It's there's not shortcuts like the snow level that I just brought up.
Yeah.
See, do you think we should stream this sometime? Like, just to show people it's, get some views based on the DLC just coming out. Obviously not today, because you're doing the stream with Jeff. What did you nickname him?
He got a whole bunch of names, dog. El Jefe, there's many things that have sauce in the name. Yeah. Sauster the Kids. A whole bunch of names for that guy.
Yeah, you should definitely try him out. See, I guess we. Was there anything else in video games you wanted to bring up?
I can't really think of anything. Not this week.
Thinking. Cause I'm trying to think of what Jim Sterling talked about. I can't even remember. So let's talk a little bit of politics. There's some good news.
Oh yeah.
Kansas did a vote. So there was a referendum. That's what it's called, where the people get to vote, and they were asked if they would ban abortion, and was it 63, 62% of the people said no.
Good. A little lower of a number than I'd have hoped, but it's still, it's the majority.
And Kyle Kalinske made this point where, conservatives, when they get to vote for people, they don't really pay attention to what the politicians doing. But, well, not even just conservatives, the voters. But when there's a referendum, there's where they get to vote on a policy a lot more progressive than they would normally vote.
Yeah. It's almost like they actually believe in progressive policies and are only voting for Republicans because they're Republican. They don't actually know what the fuck they're voting for.
And it doesn't. It seemed before it seems like the Republicans were gonna totally dominate the midterms, but now it seems like Democrats might retain the Congress.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been too radical.
Yeah. Gotta get to a point where you're fucking too goddamn radical. Like, these kind of policies are popular. You know, eventually conservatives are gonna be like, oh fuck, they're kind of fucking us over here.
I mean, let's be real. Most people in America support gay marriage.
Yeah.
Most people in America are fine with some type of abortion. Most people in America, I mean, what was Texas doing? Suing over Biden saying if a woman is gonna die if she brings a kid to term, then the doctor has to perform an abortion. Like Texas saying, no way, dog. She's having that baby.
Yeah.
I mean, it got so ridiculous. Like, what was it? 11-year-old or 10-year-old girl? No,
10-year-old, yeah.
11 or 12, something like pre-tween.
Yeah.
Had to like go across state lines just to get an abortion. It's ridiculous.
It was in Ohio, I believe. Yeah. Those fucking people.
See, Nancy Pelosi is getting a lot of shit for going to Taiwan.
Oh.
You know, I don't know why it should be controversial that saying that they're their own country. You know, if China believes it's theirs, why don't they take it? I mean, obviously they're not going to do it because it'll take a invasion larger than D-Day, the largest military invasion ever, to take that island. So there's no way.
Yeah.
Was there anything else in politics that I think was interesting that we should talk about?
Nothing that comes to mind for me.
Alex Jones. Jones he finally has to give the money up for saying the people killed in the Sandy Hook shooting were crisis actors. Whatever.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit.
Reaping what you sow.
Something's finally happening.
Yeah.
Have you heard him recently? He sounds more like a cult leader or whatever.
Yeah, I've the guy's fucking crazy. I always loved though the one video. I don't remember what the channel was, but some channel did like a songify this version of like some random.
Was it Gay Frogs?
I don't actually think the Gay Frogs were brought up, but there was like a part where it's like literal vampire potbelly goblins, just other random fucking nonsense he was talking about. Fuck, he said Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur.
Oh, Alex.
Yeah.
And he did some nonsense where the judge outside the courthouse, he saw the judge and was calling her a liar or something. What was going on?
I don't know that dude, that fucking guy. That guy's a character.
Much.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he's getting his upcoming soon. Like anyone who says like Sandy Hook was fake is a piece of shit.
Yeah. It's such a weird, like, shitty, but also just weird to fucking say, like, victims of a shooting, it's fake. It's not real.
The thing is, like, I think it stems from just never wanting anything to happen with guns. Like, there can't be this school shooting because it's fake, just to take your guns away. I think that's what it is.
Because the right to own a gun is more important than the right to live. People to not be fucking shot and die.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Oh, and I guess Congress wants his phone because before the insurrection attempt happened, he said that something's big gonna happen on this day. So
yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, I took a sleeping pill. we've been recording over an hour. I think it's time to end this with a bit of a TCM Ultimate Movie Trivia Challenge.
Let's see if I can get any right this week. I've gotten at least 1 or 2 right every week. Someone's even gotten 3 right.
So, it's a game by Turner Classic Movies. They have questions about classic films. There's 8 categories. I'll ask a question from each category, and this week, for every question Gopher gets wrong, throw a tomato at him. Like everyone.
Every one of them. And every person do it. Every person throw a tomato at me for every question I get wrong. I'll be hit with many tomatoes.
You should be able to get this one.
What's the category?
What war film? I'm sorry, it's the great films.
Oh, okay.
What war film copies the plot of Joseph Conrad's 1899 novel Heart of Darkness? And this book is in the film. For a hint.
Wait, so what's the question?
So, a war film copies the plot of this novel from 1899, Heart of Darkness.
Okay, and this is one I should get. I don't know what Heart of Darkness is. Do you have a hint?
I gave one. Heart of Dark. So the book is in the film too.
Heart of Darkness. And it's a war film.
I guess I'll give you the director, the guy who did The Godfather, Frank Coppola.
The guy
Nick Cage's uncle.
Nick Cage's uncle?
Yeah.
Nick Cage's uncle did the fucking Godfather?
Yeah.
Huh. Apocalypse Now?
You got it?
Yeah. That also had Marlon Brando.
Just for a little bit of trivia, Nick Cage's real name is Nick Coppola, but he didn't want people to think he's just successful because of his uncle. So he changed his name. His stage name is Nick Cage. I don't know if he had it legally changed.
Interesting. Did not know he was from a noted family.
Oh yeah, they're pretty large in the entertainment industry. Like Coppola's father did the score for several of his films. He's a composer. I don't know if that's what you call it. The person who waves the freaking wands to direct the orchestra.
Yeah, I think the
orchestra
conductor.
Conductor,
yeah.
He might be a composer too. I think it's. I don't know if it's an easy thing for people to do both jobs, but. Second category is called classics. When you do well in.
Yeah, I usually do pretty well here.
This is a film we've actually joked about a lot. What 1956 science fiction classic was given a flashback structure after the studio demanded a happier ending?
Alright, hold on. Say it again?
What 1956 science fiction classic was given a flashback structure after the studio demanded a happier ending?
So a 1950s science fiction movie that we've joked about a lot. Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
You got it.
Yeah, we have joked about that many times.
Here you are pretending you don't even know anything about movies.
I know what ones we joke about. Not that much.
Well, you should know be about the next category, unforgettable lines.
Okay, alright.
Alright, I think you should be able to get this.
Okay.
What movie teaches us, and here's the line, you never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view, until you climb inside his skin and walk around in it.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
You got it?
Yes. Which one are we on now?
Supporting players.
Okay. What do we got?
Who was the first Latin? Who was the first? Um, Lat, Latinx? It's not Latinx. It's Latinx.
Isn't that Latinx?
Maybe. Who was the first Latinx woman to win an acting Oscar? All right. Here's a hint. You've seen this actress play in a movie when we.
It was a fucking West Side Story girl, I think. Fuck, what was her name? Rita Moreno? Rita Moreno?
You got it.
Yeah. Fucking West Side Story. We watched the remake of that for the Oscars.
She was in the film too.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Different character, but
yeah. A little nod to her being in the original by bringing her back for a different character.
Yeah. I think this is the first time you got half the questions.
Yeah, look at that. I'm only gonna get, half of the tomatoes thrown at me.
Next category, leading men.
Okay. Harrison Ford.
Oh, man.
Eventually he's gonna be the answer, and then you'll see.
All these are famous people. I'll go with this one. Yeah, I'll just go with this one. What actor played the Ringo Kid? Captain Nathan Cutting Brittles, Ethan Edwards, and Davy Crockett.
Davy Crockett. Oh wait, what are all the characters?
So Ringo Kid, Captain Nathan Cutting Brittles, Ethan Edwards, and Davy Crockett.
Some of them kind of give me Western vibes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go with the one fucking dude who I usually go with for Western things. Who's whatever the fuck his name is, Gran Torino, that fucking guy. Who's the other? John Wayne.
Yeah, you got it.
Hey, dude, 5 right?
Dang.
God damn.
Hard this week. Next category, leading ladies.
Okay. Rita Moreno. Wait, what category was her answer?
Supporting players.
Right.
Yeah, because her character's wasn't the main character. She got the award for supporting actress.
Yeah, right. Alright, leading ladies. What we got here?
I'm looking at these. Alright, you might get this one. What actress is paid tribute by a song that begins with the line, "Her hair is Harlow Gold"?
Her hair is Harlow Gold?
Yeah.
What is like HARLOW?
Yeah.
What the fuck song is that? What is Harlow? I'm trying to think of what Harlow even is. I don't know what that means.
Well, let's spin it.
It's a type of gold, apparently. His hair is Harlow Gold. I don't know. So it's a song starts with the line.
So the song is "Her hair is Harlow Gold." You got.
What was that? What did you say?
Well, the next part of the song is the answer.
Oh.
Her hair is Harlow Gold. You got this person eyes.
Oh. Betty Davis.
Yeah.
She's got Betty Davis eyes.
You almost got all the categories. You probably could get all these right.
Kim something, right? Did the song?
Yeah, I'm good. Let me get the card. Kim. Carnes?
Yeah, it's like Carnes, Carnes, Carnes. Her, right? Yeah. Betty Davis eyes.
All right. Next category.
I don't think I've ever actually heard the song. I've heard of the song, but I don't think I've ever actually heard it.
I like the song. Behind the scenes, I'm looking over the questions here.
Mm-hmm. This one I usually do very bad on.
Okay, so this is a card I read from before. I remember asking you one of these, so I'll ask this one.
Okay.
What dystopian classic was the first film whose score included the use of a vocoder, a machine that imitates the human voice electronically?
Okay. I know TWRP uses a bit of that action. You said dystopian?
Yeah.
Wait, say the thing again? Explain the movie again at the beginning. Like, did it just say dystopian film?
Yeah, a dystopian classic.
Dystopian classic.
Well, I can tell you the song they used. It might give you a hint that they used a vocoder for.
I know Blade Runner had that. I believe. I don't know if that would have been the first one. All right, what's the song?
Beethoven's Ninth Symphony.
Beethoven. Fuck, I'm gonna go with the Blade Runner.
It was a Clockwork Orange.
I never saw it, but I have heard of it and know of the idea of the movie and then the basic plot. Never actually saw it though.
Kitty hates that film.
Oh yeah, very interesting movie.
Well, he doesn't like the mind control element.
I always thought the one scene was really interesting based on what I know of it. Where like, cause like the dude rapes the lady early on in the movie, and later on he's like getting help from the guy's wife who doesn't know that he's the one who raped, or the woman's husband didn't know he raped him, and then like he's singing the same song that he was singing when he raped her while he's like taking a shower or something.
I'm singing.
Yeah, and the dude's fucking. Suddenly he realizes. Gotta watch the movie at some point.
It's a great classic film. Should have won the Oscar, but French Connection was really good too.
Alright, so that's one wrong.
Category.
Yeah,
one wrong. One tomato.
One tomato. Well, one tomato from everybody.
Yeah. One tomato. I'm telling the people one tomato.
Yes, one tomato apiece. All of you. You get one so far.
Alright, last category, directors.
Okay. Harrison Ford.
See, I got the Roman Polanski one again. I'm gonna get a different director's card here.
Okay.
Let's see. Alright, this is a cool question.
Alright.
What promising young director missed his high school reunion in 1972 because he was making a film inspired by his high school experience?
So a film about his high school experience came out in the 70s, presumably.
And here's a hint. Harrison Ford stars in the film.
Trying to think of Harrison Ford movies from that era.
Well, it's very early. Like, it might be his first film.
Oh, wow.
Might not be, but really early in his career. So, if you want a different hint, like, to actually might lead you to the answer.
Okay, well, what's the other hint?
This guy later made several films with Harrison Ford.
George Lucas.
You got it.
Yeah, fucking Star Wars. Oh, he missed his high school reunion. What was the movie?
Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah, right. Forgot he.
American Graffiti.
Never heard of it. I got one wrong.
I think that was his first commercial film.
Oh, okay.
Before THX, whatever that film was.
Look at that. There we go. I got one wrong. I still get pelted with tomatoes, but only one per fan. Only one per viewer.
Yeah, one per fan.
All right. Hell yeah. That was easily my best showing so far.
Yeah, that was really good. And here you are pretending you don't know films. I feel like you were watching TCM just to work on your trivia.
Yeah. Got it on all hours of all days.
I actually used to do that too. Well, all right. So YouTube's gonna be back on the 16th, right?
16th, yes.
The next Tuesday.
Yes, starting with Stray and Guardians coming back.
I don't know if there's anything else we want to advertise. So if you you should everyone see we're on all types of social media. We know you're on Truth Social.
Gopher and Tuck on all the places for me.
Yeah, and I'm at Josh J Hadley on Twitter. I'm very active on there.
Yes,
it's probably the place to get hold of me or follow what I'm doing.
Yeah. More. Yes, and also the place to send Moose unsolicited dick pics.
Exactly.
Yes.
Well, see, this has been On Top of the World. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thank you, and goodbye.
We'll see you next week.